Chapter 28 of Old Granny Fox by Thornton W. Burgess. Prickly Porky enjoys himself. A boasting tongue, as sure as fate, will trip its owner soon or late. Old Granny Fox. Prickly Porky the porcupine was enjoying himself. There was no doubt about that. He was stretched out across the doorway of that old house, the very house in which old Granny Fox had been born. When he laid down on the doorstep for a nap and a sun bath, he had thought that the old house was still deserted. Then he had fallen asleep, only to be wakened by Reddy Fox, who had been asleep in the old house and couldn't get out because Prickly Porky was in the way. Now, Prickly Porky does not love Reddy Fox. And the more Reddy begged and scolded and called him names, the more Prickly Porky chuckled. It was such a good joke to think that he had trapped Reddy Fox, and he had made up his mind that he would just keep Reddy in there a long time to tease him and to make him uncomfortable. You see, Prickly Porky remembered how often Reddy Fox had played tricks on him, mean tricks on the little meadow and forest folks who were smaller and weaker than himself. It will do him good. It certainly will do him good, said Prickly Porky to himself, and he rattled his 1,000 little spears hidden in his long coat, for he knew that the very sound of them would make Reddy shiver with fright. Suddenly, Prickly Porky pricked up his funny little short ears. He heard the deep voice of Bowser the Hound, and it was coming nearer and nearer. Prickly Porky chuckled at that. I guess Mr. Bowser's going to have a surprise. I certainly think he is, said Prickly Porky, as he made all the 1,000 little spears stand out from his long coat, till he looked just like a funny great chestnut burr. Bowser the Hound did have a surprise. He was hunting Reddy Fox, and he almost ran right into Prickly Porky before he saw them. The very sight of those 1,000 little spears sent a chill down one side and the other of Bowser's backbone, clear to the tip of his tail, for he remembered how he had gotten some of them in his lips and mouth once upon a time, and how it had hurt to get them removed. Ever since then, he had had the greatest respect for Prickly Porky. "Whoa!" yelped Bowser the Hound, stopping short. "I beg your pardon, Prickly Porky. I beg your pardon. I didn't know you were here taking a nap." All the time, Bowser the Hound was backing away as fast as he could, and then he turned around, put his tail between his legs, and actually ran away. Slowly, Prickly Porky unrolled, and his little eyes twinkled as he watched Bowser the Hound run away. "Bowser's very big and strong, his voice is deep and his legs are long. His bark, it scares 'em almost to death, but as for me, he wastes his breath. I just roll up and shake my spears, and Bowser is the one who fears." So said Prickly Porky, and laughed out loud. Just then he heard a light footstep and turned to see who was coming. It was old Granny Fox. She had seen Bowser running away, and now she was anxious to find out if Reddy Fox was safe. "Good morning," said Granny Fox, taking care not to come too close. "Good morning," replied Prickly Porky, hiding a smile. "I'm very tired and would like to go inside my little house. Had you just as soon move?" asked Granny Fox. "Oh!" exclaimed Prickly Porky. "Is this your house? I thought you lived on the Green Meadows." "I did, but I've moved. Please let me in," replied Granny Fox. "Certainly, certainly. Don't mind me, Granny Fox. Step right over me," said Prickly Porky, and smiled once more, and at the same time rattled his little spears. Instead of stepping over him, Granny Fox backed away.